Hey, great Monday morning. It is a beautiful day in the city of Brownsville. Nice, beautiful, sunny day. And but it's Monday, so that kind of like puts a little shadow over.
Hey, good morning, Erasmo. Good morning, world. It is a good Monday morning. We just celebrated Mother's Day, so again, happy Mother's Day to all the baby mamas out there. We have a great week coming up for y'all. We have a good lineup. We posted it yesterday online, so it's gonna be very informative, especially tonight's Erasmo. It's on insurance, so it should be a doozy. Good morning, and I'm glad to be here, Erasmo. Thank you.
It's awesome. And yeah, tonight we will go into the insurance here, based more than anything because they are going to have an insurance committee meeting on Wednesday, and we'll see if Sylvia shows up to the meeting. I mean, she's on the committee, and again, we were talking about this last night, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more tonight. The four people on the BISD board insurance committee are her four votes, are her four people. What's the new background? We just experimenting, Lewis. And more than experimenting. Actually, have a green screen at home, but I'm going to see if I can transfer it over here to the office and start putting up at the office, so we can do the show in the morning here at the office and at night here at the office. And again, have a big old board table. If anyone wants to come by and have a cup of coffee, come on down, come on down, come on down. You just let me know. So tonight we were going to go into the insurance. I sent word to BISD to see if we could meet with the employee benefits director. I'm going to guess that they're not going to respond to the email, but you always give them an opportunity. That's one thing that I've learned. You always say, "Hey, as give us your side of the story." And a lot of the questions that we're going to be asking tonight, maybe they could share with us the answers, and we could share with you all, because I'm sure like a lot of BISD staff out there has questions in regards to their insurance. I mean, I would. And again, no one out there is being forthcoming in regards to providing information to the people of Brownsville. So we take it upon ourselves to provide that service to our friends here in Brownsville at BISD. And y'all welcome. It's our pleasure. So again, I'm going to, I reached out to board secretary and to one of the deputies who is in charge of that department, and I asked if I could have a meeting today with Dustin, the employee benefits director, to see if again, just to ask the questions that we're going to be asking tonight. And again, if they're willing to put out the fires early, well, that's a great thing. It's a great thing for everyone. But again, uh, that way we don't leave it all up to interpretation. We're going to hear it directly from the individual's mouth. Good morning, Linda. How's you doing? Good to see you. Politics, brother, politics. Everything, Lorenzo. Everything is politics, my man. Everything. Even going to buy bread, pan de dulce en la tienda is politics. So, yeah, we have a little bit of that coming on tonight también. Este, in other issues, I would say, I read this morning, hacen porque son. I'll be nice about that too, I promise. One of the other things that came out this morning, again, Juan Montoya from the Run Run, amazing story. Is that my phone?
Yeah,
How could it be my phone?
unless we're bugged.
I can't get it. Oh,
Turn
it's
it
an
off.
incoming video call.
Turn it off.
I can't.
There you go.
Technical difficulties. Buenos días, Alicia. Bendiciones a ti también y a todos los tuyos. Good morning. Your partner needs a haircut.
In regards to that, Erasmo, I know you recently went a couple of days ago. I still don't feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable somebody being, so close to me unless it's my significant other, which unfortunately right now it's missing in action. But as of right now, I don't feel comfortable with somebody being so close to me, even though the requirements are to wear a mask. So I'm sorry, guys. I do plan on having this look for at least another week or so.
Hey, bro.
Hopefully until this dies down, which I don't think it will. But I don't see a necessity for for cutting my hair and risking myself right now. I don't have nobody to impress.
Good morning, Armando, and happy anniversary, Armando. It was your anniversary, right, my man? Happy anniversary, bro. Buenos dias, Doris. God bless. Going back to the Juan Montoya's article, man, that guy's good, bro. Juan Montoya's and Frankie shared the post, and I'm tagged on it. Let me tell you, that guy's on spot. One of the things that we had a show last week. We were talking about how dumb the Brownsville Herald was. It's such an embarrassment. Embarrassment. Entonces hermoso. No, he's not. Don't lie to him. Such an embarrassment for the city of Brownsville. I mean, they should be ashamed to call themselves a newspaper. The Brownsville Herald is a piece of trash. A piece of trash. I wouldn't even use it as a cage lining for Linda's birds. A piece of trash. A piece of trash. And again, they finally after like 2 weeks reported on Juan's story. Juan Montoya is a local blogger. 2 weeks they reported on Juan's story. And the one story basically brought to light how PUB had magically, like Minerva's theory in regards to coronavirus, by magic disappeared $1.3 million. $1.3 million of our dollars. They just deposited into another account. And then when the city commission wanted to effect an audit, well, Commissioner Golonsky voted no, voted against, voted no audit. What do you mean no audit? Wouldn't you want more information in regards to what's going on? It was crazy at the restaurants, bro. It was crazy. I mean, wouldn't you want more information in regards to $1.3 million? I mean, I understand if we're missing $100, for someone as rich as PUB, está bueno, te la paso, bro. Maybe even $1,000. Se perdió el petty cash aquí o allá. But $1.3 million? Buenos dias, Rosy, ¿cómo estás? And not only that, they try to cover it up. And this is what is on the story for today, and it's on the page. And this is what Juan brings up. Without having a meeting to send another $1.3 million, they just send another $1.3 million. So we are out $2.6 million. And you can say, well, we still owe the $1.3 million. I completely understand. But the first one was taken without authorization by God knows whoever. And the second one was distributed without authorization. Without authorization. Who is in control of that rogue board? Who is in control? This is the same board that has increased our utility rates by 36% in the seven years to a tone of somewhere around 150 million of our dollars. That's why you keep on paying these high electricity bills. $150 million. And then, if you're involved, yeah. And then it's a darn shame. And then you ask the sitting mayor, who was Mayor Tony Martinez back then, we asked him directly, and he says, I don't know. Maybe $35 million. We're like, what? I said, Mayor. He was the mayor back then. I said, Mayor, Commissioner Jessica Tretro came by, and Commissioner Jessica Tretro, she said that it was over $100 million. And then we asked Commissioner Golonsky, and she said she had no clue. And you're talking about a city commissioner who actually sat on the board, a PUB board for many years, a decade maybe. Served as a chairperson when all this thing came out in regards to Tenasca. Morning, Hilda. And no one could give us an accounting for the amount of money that had been collected in order to buy into Tenasca, which is not happening anymore. So what did they decide to do with our $150 million? Well, they decided to make nice offices. Why the heck do we need nice offices, folks? Look, you got nice offices here, and you got cheaper rates here. People of Brownsville, what do you want? What do you want? Because my concern was give the residents of Brownsville back their money. Give them back their money. You promised that you were going to build a Tenasca plant. There's no Tenasca plant. And they say, well, we also mentioned administrative buildings. Yeah, you mentioned administrative buildings because Tenasca was coming, you idiots. That's why you mentioned administrative. I know, but now we're going to use the money to build administrative buildings. Why? You don't need them. You didn't need them back then. You were building administration buildings because venía this great thing called Tenasca. These aren't canas. I actually paint my hair white, silver. Representative Jimmy. Love you, Jimmy. Ridiculous. Our money. We need it. We need it now. Guys, it doesn't make... Okay. So they said, we're going to build administrative buildings because Tenasca is coming and we need more infrastructure. And you go like, well, maybe it makes sense. Well, no. Now we're just going to build administrative buildings. That wasn't what the money was for. It wasn't. But they're saying, well, yeah, we said administrative buildings. Yes, when Tenasca was coming. It's not coming. It's not happened. What happened to $150 million of our dollars? What happened? Where's the money? Show me the money. Show me the money. That's the question. Where is our money? Oh, no. Deposit $1.3 million in Bank of America into God knows who. We don't even know who stole that money. Have no clue. No concept. No idea. But we're going to have pretty $16 million administrative buildings. That's got to be worth something to the people of Brownsville, no? So, administrative building people or your money back? Which one do you want? Honestly, which one do you want? Do you want administration buildings? $17 million administration buildings? Or do you want your money back that they stole from you? And you know what? No one is fighting for your money. No one is fighting for those $150 million. Go ask. I dare you. Go send an inbox to the city commission, to your commissioner. Send them a message. Hey, I want to know how much money do we have for Tenasca? We don't know. And they're going to tell you, we don't know. And why don't you know? I mean, you're supposed to know. You're supposed to know because you sit on the city commission that appoints people to the PUB board. You appoint people to the PUB board. You have oversight of the PUB monies controlled by the city of Brownsville. But why has the PUB board become, when has nachos? Why has the PUB board become the most powerful entity just right under Baltasar Salazar at BISD? Why? Does it make any sense to anyone? Anyone in their nice houses? Exactamente. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that money is already... Yes.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. $150 million. $150 million disappeared. Like Minerva thinks the coronavirus is going to happen. Boom. It's here. It's not here. It's here. Disappears. It's here and it disappears. Like magic, like abracadabra.
In regards to PUB Erasmo, it's very telling when we have the Brownsville Herald report after the fact that a local blogger broke the story, and shouts out to Quan Montoya. He doesn't have the resources that the Brownsville Herald or maybe even the city of Brownsville has, but here he is informing the public in regards to this 1.3 million dollars, which now is 2.6 million dollars, gone pretty much. And again, this is all mismanagement. This is hundreds of millions of dollars that haven't been accounted for. Again, we reiterate how Erasmo has had previous commissioners, the previous mayor, on his podcast, and each one either gave a different answer or they simply stated I don't know in regards to the amounts of money, the amounts of money in regards to the amounts
Sub-Zero.
in regards to the amounts of money that was collected over the 7-year span for this defunct Tenasca idea. So again, this leads us to believe, Erasmo, what else don't we know about? What else? What other monies have been misaccounted for, mismanaged, that we, the public, aren't aware of? Again, this is $1.3 million. This is a high sum of money. What if it was a couple $1,000s? What if it was a couple $100,000 that we haven't, it hasn't been reported on? Again, who's policing the PUB board? Who's checking their books? Who's checking their accountability? I would think that the city of Brownsville has total control over the board, since they're the ones that place board members on there. But it's unfortunate. Again, we have a sitting commissioner who previously sat on the board, who is against or the current commission, checking the books, checking the finances, asking those tough questions. What is there to hide? Is there more to it? Is this going to open up another can of worms? This is something that one would think, hey, $1.3 million is missing. Let's get to the bottom of this. Not $1.3 million missing. Don't worry about it. Let's move on to the next issue. Again, this is something that has been going on for years and years and years, guys. It's unfortunate that it takes a local blogger with limited resources to break the story for a newspaper like the Brownsville Herald. We should be doing investigative journalism. We should be on top of our local politicians and our local leaders, who should be asking these tough questions. But we don't have that in the city of Brownsville. Again, we have the Brownsville Herald coming to El Run, coming to Brownsville Talk to get information. It's sad, but that's the reality that we're living with, Erasmo.
Well, it's guys, if it was you or me, think of this, people that are here, that are watching. If it was you or me, and we all of a sudden we took $100. We deposit. We took $100 that wasn't ours. $100, $50, guys. If it was Erasmo that took $50 from someone, $50, they would come. They would send people to immediately arrest. A warrant would be issued, lickety split. If it was you or me, we'd be in el bote. In el bote with the highest amount of bail. Yeah, we'd be locked up, Yana. Locked up, guarantee you. And I would be making the front page of the Herald like a crazy man. Immediately. Channel 4, Channel 4 would be on it. Like fly on crap. Ahí estuviera. Channel 4. Because they did that with the DWI. Ahí estaban. They had to be there. They had to get this. It was the story of the year. But they steal $1.3 million. Has anyone heard anything from Channel 4? Channel 5? Stupid Channel 23? Rascuache Channel 23? Has anyone heard anything from them? Nothing. Nothing. A local blogger, Quan Montoya, el compadre. And let me tell you guys, if anyone knows the history of Erasmo Castro and Juan Montoya, if anyone knows the history, Quan has written some horrible things about me. Horrible. Really, some very, very bad things. And he's allowed some very, very horrible comments. But, and you know what? I still consider him a friend. You know, it's, it's the game. You know, it's his prerogative. It's his right. Freedom of speech. And you know what? I may not like a lot of the things that he writes out there, especially about me sometimes. Doesn't mean he's not my friend. Doesn't mean that I do not respect his talent or that I will fight for his right of freedom of speech. 100%. And again, he's written horrible things about me. But guys, you give credit where credit is due. That guy broke this story like a crazy man. He broke this story. And the Herald then came back. The Herald then came back and fed off the story. They fed off the story, which is okay. They didn't give him any credit. They said a blogger. Put out his name. Put a link to his blog. Man up to it. Quan did a great job. And again, guys, it just brought to light things that we've known for a while. We've been talking for a while. The city of Brownsville looks the other way cuando les conviene, but will crucify a firefighter, will crucify a secretary at the city office, a security guard, a custodian, a janitor. If for any reason they picked up $1 that wasn't theirs, they will crucify them. Crucify them. But PUB, look the other way. 1.3 million of your dollars. 1.3 million of your dollars. And again, where are our $150 million that they took from Tanasca? Administration buildings? Again, guys, and look, guys, and I'll say this as nicely as possible. I don't care if you like me or dislike me. You could hate me. You could say, Erasmo es un marrano, and Erasmo is horrible, and Erasmo is very narcissistic. Erasmo likes to take pictures everywhere. You could hate me for whatever. Erasmo called me a cow. You could hate me for whatever you want. But guys, don't let your hate for Erasmo outweigh your children's inheritance. The money that should go to our children in the city. Don't do that. Here we go. Puro parties yesterday. Numbers are going to rise. Think our mayor, our county judge going to start the shelter in place? No, they won't. Austin extended theirs until end of month and Travis County until June. Well, you know what, Luis? Something trips me out about Travis County. I read this morning that Travis County, actually, I saw it on Fox News. And, you know, Fox News doesn't lie. I saw it on Fox News how, Tarrant County is rushing to open. And again, if Fox News doesn't lie, actually, I let me see real quick. Let me just mention this real quick. Because I took a picture of it because I couldn't believe it. And I said, did I just read it right? Austin, Texas may recover quickest. They think that they're going to recover the quickest. And I'm seeing all the numbers, and I'm seeing what you're seeing, Luis. I'm seeing how the numbers are rising, and they're thinking that they're going to recover the quickest. How? It's not possible. Brazil doesn't have any responsible journalists and reporters investigating on what actually affects the community. They never have, or at least they still don't, Yana. I promise you, they still don't. If it wasn't for the bloggers, and and I'll include them, Quan Montoya, Jerry McHale, Jerry McHale now to a lesser extent, but he was the godfather of all blogging back then. Juan Montoya, I mean, he knows has surpassed. Also Bobby Whiteman, and Bobby Whiteman really hates me. He calls me a con artist. He's a con artist. He wants money. But my respects, man. They're out there. They're putting information out there. They're trying to do their best to do some investigative journey with, as like Frankie says, with the limited resources that we have, that the bloggers have, that we have. We don't have BISD's $600 million budget a year. The city of Brownsville's $145 million budget a year. PUB's $320 million budget a year. We don't have that. We don't. People in power don't care once they're given power. They don't, Yana. They don't care. Everyone has a price, and Brownsville is always negotiating. And the ones who lose are you and me. We lose. We lose horribly. The other thing is that in regards to the numbers, again, PUB, guys, we'll see if anyone wants to talk about PUB during this week. Again, we'll have the mayor on Thursday. I know he's very limited in what he can say about PUB right now because it's under investigation. But we'll have other people on this week that might have an opinion on it. And again, send your questions in if you want. I mean, we'll still come up with some of the questions, but come out with anything that you care to be answered out there, and we'll do our best. The numbers, again, we didn't get any numbers yesterday, Sunday, from either Hidalgo or from Cameron. And again, Mother's Day, so I understand. Cameron County is not producing any numbers on Sunday, but we did learn from the mayor of the city of Brownsville that there are two or three more deaths. I mean, the city of Brownsville announced the death of the 82-year-old man from Solara, the nursing home here in Brownsville. Solara. Now we have Solara and Spanish Meadows that have been touched by the coronavirus. Unfortunately for the city of Brownsville, we don't have a recording from someone that knows for a fact and warned us in regards to the Harlingen numbers. But we don't have that here in Brownsville yet. So we don't know how grave the situation is So again, it took them 2 weeks, almost 2 to 3 weeks, to them to report that one death here in the city of Brownsville. 2 or 3 weeks. And Juan Montoya posted the death of the individual. 2 weeks before. I mean, guys, why are they delaying the reporting? Again, Mayor Mendez posted on a comment on a post, two or three more deaths in the city of Brownsville. That was this past Friday. So again, who else is going to fall? Good morning, mi amor. I love Angela. Keep Brownsville shut down. Again, why is it taking 2-3 weeks for them to report the people who have passed away? I don't get it. It makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't know if it's just part of we're trying to open slowly, so it's a public endangering. I would dare say yes. And again, we need that information, guys. I want that information. I want to know how many positives are out there. In regards to the recovery, again, I'm going to say this again, and I know a lot of my friends out there are very like, Erasmo, focus on the recovery. Focus on the recovery. Guys, we don't know what recovery means. We know what positive means. We know what negative means. We know what death means. We don't know what recovery means. We don't. There was a report out yesterday or this morning in regards to Wuhan, how they're starting to get a resurgence from the fake numbers that they were throwing out there. A resurgence. And no, they don't care. They do not care. Because if we keep on going out like yesterday, what are we to expect? It was crazy yesterday. And you know what really sucks about it? What really sucks about it is that, and this is just me. Me, guys, I'm usually by myself. I'm a loner. I'm always by myself. I go to the movies by myself. I go eat by myself. I'm by myself. Yo del trabajo a la casa me meto. If there's not any events, I don't do anything. So I'm okay with it. In other words, I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part to social distance. I'm doing my part, to limit my viajes al Walmart, al H-E-B. I'm doing my part. Unfortunately, not everyone out there. Over 800 in the valley? Yeah. I think it's 512 here in the city of Brownsville and 400 and some. I think it's closer to 900, Cindy. Over 900 in the valley. I'm doing my part. Good morning. I'm back into work. Oraciones, por favor. Maybe they are waiting because verifying it was a coronavirus related. It doesn't take 2-3 weeks, mi compadre. It doesn't take 2-3 weeks. I mean, you could find that out immediately. What are the numbers? 514 and 4 something. Frankie, get the numbers. It's concerning, guys. It's concerning. I also saw a post today. I saw a post on social media, and I'll read it. This is for my people who work at BISD. Guys, we got 15 minutes. Yeah, we got 15 minutes, so let's try to wrap it up really quick. Morning, Martin. All of this time, I was thinking I was on volunteer basis. Starting today, I was going to work on volunteer-based hours, few hours like I did last week. Now, I was told that I have to go to work from 8 to 4 and 1 hour lunch. I am so disappointed at the district's leaders. They have leadership at the district? No. I am fine working few hours in my office early in the morning and then come home, continue working from home so I could feed my daughter. And again, guys, these people aren't thinking about the family of our employees, guys. I have a 10-year-old that needs supervision since school is closed. I'm so disappointed for lack of clarity since day one. Guys, we told you. We told you right here that voluntary does not mean voluntary. They lied. They lied. They tried to pull what they always pull, the sheep over our eyes. They lied. Voluntary is not voluntary, guys. We told you that. And I still had to, some people, no, Erasmo, you don't know what you're saying? You don't know what you're saying? They said voluntary. It's voluntary. And I go like, are you stupid? Or are you new to Brownsville? Are you new to the district? I mean, I have a very close friend that is a choir director here in Brownsville. And I love him. And I love the work that he does for the students. And I had my discussions with him and I said, bro, with all due respect, standing out there and cheering for administration because you're saying they can, oh, well, no, they're saying it's voluntary. I said, bro, voluntary is not voluntary. And guess what? I was right. You know, and I mean, guys, I'm not pulling this out of my butt, man. I'm not. Saw this on my cousin's page. She's a nurse in Pasadena, California. At a family birthday party last week, a person had cough. Now 10 additional family members are affected with coronavirus. 100%. They can't make up their minds if we go back to work or not. No, they've made up their mind. They just haven't told us, Tonya. They just haven't made mention yet. They know what's happening. I heard it. We're trying to cover it up. I'm wanting to sink my teeth into it as much as possible, but I have to soften the blow for them, as if we were children. I heard it, Tonya. I'm not making this stuff up. There might be a recording out there, Tonya. If I see you for coffee one of these days, I'll let you hear some of it. I'm not making this stuff up, guys. You all know me. You all know me for a while. Cuando Erasmo habla es porque tiene la cabra, la burra de los pelos. Bet they will collect government funding for those volunteer hours. I have a 10-year-old that needs supervision. I'm disappointed because district never thought about those working mothers. Guys, they don't care. They don't care about working mothers. They don't care about employees. They don't care about our students. They care about PR moments on what makes them look good and what puts money in Sylvia's pocket. That's what they care about, guys. I'm disappointed because the district never thought about us. I might have to use COVID days to stay home, but there's so much work to do. A lot of work that I can do from home. Now I tell teachers and my individuals that they have to come back to work, now a lot of people are going back there and going to have to say, oh, we were wrong. Now it's not voluntary anymore. Now you have to come to work. What is the update on the worker from HEB here in Brownsville? Is HEB doing anything about it? I actually went to HEB yesterday. And again, I love my HEBs. And guys, I appreciate it's just, I'll say this again, guys, we need to know the information. And look, for people that's here in the city of Brownsville, if you all think that you can hide stuff under the rug, it's not happening, folks. It's not happening. We find out. People send in information, guys. I would much rather prefer for you to call me and say, "Hey, Erasmo, heads up. This is what's happening." And that way, when we get word of it, we try to calm the stuff down. Guys, we've already heard from them. We've already heard from HEB, Southwestern Keys, or anything. Just call me, guys. Send me a text. Call me in. Come in for coffee. And let me know. Because what's going to happen is it's like Carlton Switch and all these other places. Guys, we're going to find out. We're going to inform the people, folks. So I would much rather for you to call me, text me, say, "Hey, man, this is what's going on."
In regards to HEB, in their defense, they do have hero hour, if I'm not mistaken, every hour or every 2 hours. They're wiping down, sanitizing the carts, the fridges, the handles, everything like that. One thing I do want to bring up at Osmo is shortly after we posted on the page that an individual working for the Gucci HEB on 802 and Paredes tested positive. They were saying, "Oh, why are you disclosing that?" And you shouldn't be putting this information out there. But I think it's important for the community to know, hey, did you go to this HEB on Monday? There's possibility, that somehow you may have come in contact with this individual. And again, we have a lot of questions. How did he get it? Did he get it at home? Did he contract it there at the facility, at the store? There's many questions, but again, it's important for the community to be aware of what's going on. We live in a world where we have instant information, and for us to impede or to not inform the public, I think it is a great disservice. Again, we don't know much about this coronavirus. There's a lot of uncertainty. So if we could get the word out there as quickly as possible, that could probably help this from spreading even more.
Elizabeth, that's exactly the phrase that I was trying to think of. It. Thank you. I actually took a picture of it so I could come. Cuando digo que la burra es parda es que tengo los pelos en la mano. That's the phrase. Thank you. First, for everyone going back to work today, may God keep them safe. Amen. Blog it. If new members are elected to the school board, they can get rid of the superintendent. But if he is in contract, he will have to get paid for the rest. No, Linda.
There's a clause.
There are clauses. He has failed the community of Brownsville. He has lied to the community of Brownsville. We have him on tape. He has lied to his staff. You don't pay out a contract for someone who has lied and has failed in the time of emergency, in the time of great need, has failed the community. You don't pay for that. Have them fire him and have them take him to court. We got $600 million budget attorneys out there, guys. Very easy. No, don't pay him anything. Why is Brownsville School District always the one with controversy? Seldom hear anything about the other districts in the valley. Who are the ones are no longer on voluntary basis, certified, classified? No one is clear about that. 25% is still in place for state of Texas, plus school meetings as per governor close the school year. What does it mean for Brownsville teachers and staff? It means that your leadership doesn't care. They do not care. Not if he failed to follow his contract. Juan is correct. The district has lost faith in its leadership. Karen, you're correctly right. There is no leadership in BISD. And I'm sorry. The Edinburgh people, all his Edinburgh people have failed the district. They failed the district in a horrible way. In a horrible way. In the time where leadership was most needed, required, hungered for, thirst for, we got lies, we got backtracking, we got ultimatums for our teachers, our staff. We got our staff placed in harm's, in danger's way. But worse, we endangered the lives of our students. So, see you in court, buddy. See you in court. God, I love freedom of speech. I love this country. I love this country. Anything else that we're talking about today, Frankie?
No, guys, make sure you tune in this evening. We're gonna have Derek Benavides from Benavides Insurance to discuss property taxes and to discuss our local insurance here at BISD. Again, one thing that we do want to stress is the district is providing a $1,500 stipend to the teachers, but what they're not advising the raise. I'm sorry, a $1,500 raise. What they're not letting them know is that their insurance is also going to kick up. So again, it's going to be an ultimate wash. So join us tonight, this evening at 9 p.m. Again, we're going to have Derek Benavides from Benavides Insurance. We're going to be discussing, we're going to be discussing some numbers and how teachers are paying a lot of money for something that the school district could ease in that burden. So make sure you tune in tonight at 9, guys.
Tonight at 9. Agapito's correct. Your leadership don't care, but the employees of BISD are afraid to speak up. Very, very true. So who's at fault? The employees themselves. Yeah. I mean, by not speaking up, you are shooting yourself in the foot and you're putting at risk the livelihood of your family, your household. So, I mean, and look, guys, I understand, man. I mean, it's not easy speaking up. So, I mean, send me a text. Send me an inbox. I'll be your voice. Wake up, Brownsville. Your politicians, educational system, or CDC don't care about you. They surely don't. Guys, tonight at 9 o'clock, guys, it's going to be, I believe we have Brownsville people that can do the job on the positions that the superintendent was brought from Edinburgh. 100%. Sebastian, Frankie, bring the mask back tonight. Love you, Jimmy. Guys, have a great rest of the day. Tonight at 9 o'clock, we'll talk about Sub-Zero, Jimmy. Tonight at 9, again, come in. BISD Insurance. We're going to talk about BISD Insurance. I've submitted an email request to BISD to see if I can meet up with the Employee Benefits Director. I don't see it happening, but they can prove me wrong. Guys, have a great rest of the day. God bless. If anything happens during the day, we surely will post. Have a great one. Bye.